.jsx. So this is the first component. Here we'll add JSX. So this is the first component. Here we'll add JSX. So this is the first component. Here we'll add JSX. FCE, 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 create these three columns and we'll create three. Create these three columns and we'll create three. Create these three columns and we'll create three. Three different component. So to create these component, we will come back to the VS Code, and here let's open this sidebar, and here we will come to this components folder, and in this components folder let's create our first component. So let's create a new file with the name chatcontainer.jsx. So this is the first component. Here we'll add RAFCE, and here let's add the text, that is chat container. Now we'll create the next component. So here we'll create a new file with the name writesidebar.jsx. Here we will add RAFCE snippet and add the text here in H1. So this is the right sidebar. Now we'll create new file. So here we'll create a new file in this components folder and write the file name sidebar.jsx. And here let's add RAFCE. and here we'll add the text sidebar. Now we have created 3 components and we have added the dummy text in each component. After that we will mount all these 3 components in the home page. So let's open our home page. Here we have this home page. So in this one, let's create a div so that we can create different columns. And in this div we will add the grid layout. And first we will mount the sidebar component. So here we'll add sidebar. Let's click here. So the sidebar has been imported. Now we will mount the chat container. We'll click here. So the chat container has been mounted. And after that we will mount the right sidebar. So here let's add right sidebar, and we have mounted all 3 components. After adding it, if I come back to the web page and let's open it, here it should display. Here you can see here we have these text that is in the black color, that's why it is not visible. So right now it is aligned vertically, so we have to align all the components side by side using the grid layout. Here we have the sidebar, chat container and right sidebar. So we will align it side by side. So let's come back, and here in this div we will add the class name property, and here we'll add these tailwind classes. After that here we'll add one state variable. So before this return statement, let's create one state variable with the name selected user, one chat container and right side. It is aligned what it should display. After adding it, if I come back to the web page and let's open it, here it should display. Here you can see here we have these text that is in the black color, that's why it is not visible. So right now it is aligned vertically, so we have to align all the components side by side using the grid side by side. So let's come back, and here in this div we will add the class name property, and here we'll add these tailwind classes. After that here we'll add one state variable. So before this return statement, let's create one state variable with the name selected user, and the setter function name is set selected user equal to, let's add the use state and initialize it with false. So by default this selected user is false. So whenever the selected user is false, then we will display only 2 components. If I come back to the Figma design, you can see here we have the 3 column. So when the user is not selected, then we will display the design like this. There will be sidebar and this chat box, and this chat box contains a chat icon. That's it. And when we will select any user from this list, then only it will display this 3 column, right? So we have to add the CSS using the variable. we have created this state variable, so we will use it here in this div. So here let's add the curly braces, and instead of this quote we will add the backticks so that we can add the template literal. So we have added the backticks. Now here we'll insert the variable using this $sign curly braces, and we'll add this selected user. So whenever the selected user is available, when it is true, in that case we have to display 3 columns. So here we'll add quote, and in this one we'll add grid column for different screens. So we have added it here, and after that here we'll add colon, and here we'll add quote, and in this one we'll add grid column 2. It means whenever the user is not selected, then we will display only 2 columns like this. After adding it, if I come back to the web page, here you can see we have this chat container right here, and here we have this sidebar, correct, and here we have this right sidebar. It is going in the bottom, but we will hide it whenever the user is not selected. We will do it in the sidebar component only. So right now let's design the sidebar component. So we will come back here in this sidebar.jsx file. In this one, we will get some data from the props. So here in this parenthesis, we will add curly braces, and we'll add the selected user, and the setter function set selected user. We will get it from the props. Now in this div, we will add the another div, and here we have to add the padding. So just add the class name and provide the padding from bottom. So just add the class name and padding bottom. Now within this div we have to add the logo, and we will add the menu icon. So here let's add a div. And in this div, let's add the classes. So just add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. Next, we will add the logo. So just add the img tag. And in this image, we will add the src. And in this src, just add curly braces and assets. Assets recommendation is not coming. So we will open this file. And after that, come back here. And after that, if I write assets, we are getting the recommendation. Just click here. So the assets has been imported. Now from this assets, we can easily access any image. So just add the logo. So we have added the logo file here. After that, we'll add the alt tag, that is logo. And next, we'll add the class name in this logo. So here we'll add the maximum width of 40. After that, here we'll add a div. And within this div, we will add the menu icon. And after that, we will add the text like edit profile and log out when we move cursor over the menu icon. So here, let's add the classes in this div. So we will add the class name property and provide relative and padding y and group. Now in this one, we will add the image tag, or let me duplicate this here. Just copy and paste it here. And in this image, let's add the menu icon, right? And after that, here we'll add the classes. So in this one, add the logo. So just add the img tag. And in this image, we'll add the src. And in this src, just add curly braces and assets. Assets recommendation is not coming. So we will open this file. And after that, come back here. And after that, if I write assets, we are getting the recommendation. Just click here. So the assets has been imported. Now from this assets, we can easily access any image. So just add the logo. So we have added the logo file here. After that, we'll add the alt tag, that is logo. And next, we'll add the class name in this logo. So here we'll add the maximum width of 40. After that, here we'll add a div. And within this div, we will add the menu icon. And after that, we will add the text like edit profile and log out when we move cursor over the menu icon. So here, let's add the classes in this div. So we will add the class name property and provide relative and padding y and group. Now in this one, we will add the image tag, or let me duplicate this here. Just copy and paste it here. And in this image, let's add the menu icon, right? And after that, here we'll add the classes. So in this one, we will add the class name, max height 5 and cursor pointer. And in this alt property, we will add menu. So we have added the image. After that, we will add one div that contains the sub menu items. So in this one, we will add the text in p tag, and the text is edit profile. After that, here we'll add one horizontal line. So we'll add the hr tag, and in this one, we'll add some Tailwind classes. So we have added this hr tag and provided these classes. After that, we'll add the text in p tag, where we'll add the text called logout. And here we'll add the Tailwind classes. So just add the class name property and provide these classes. Now here we have the menu item, that is edit profile. So in this one also, we have to add the class name property and provide cursor pointer text small. Correct? Now when we click on this edit profile, it should open a new page. For that, we will use the use navigate. So before this returned, let's add const. And in this one, we will add this navigate. We will get this navigate from use navigate hook. So we will just click here. So use navigate has been imported from React Router DOM. Right? So now we have this navigate and we can use it here. So in this p tag, we'll add the onClick property so that when we click on this edit profile, it will open a new page. So in this one, we'll add one arrow. Function, and here we will call this navigate, and in this one we have to add the path, that is /profile, like this. Now let me add the CSS properties for this div, where we have added the sub menu items, right? So here in this div, let's add the class name and provide these classes. You can see we have added these Tailwind classes in this div that contains the sub menu items, right? And let's add the CSS for this div also. That is the very parent div. So in this one we'll add the class name, and here first we'll add curly braces, then we will add the backticks so that we can insert the template literal, and here we will add these Tailwind classes, right? And after that we have to add the variable, so just add $ curly braces, and we will add the selected user, and when the selected user is true, then we will add max medium hidden, and after that we will add empty string. That's it. After adding it, save the changes, and let's come back to the web page. So here you can see we have this logo, and in the right side we have this menu icon, and when we hover on this icon we have the, so here and after that we will add empty string. That's it. After adding it, this menu icon, and when we hover on this icon we have the edit profile and logout option, right? After that, let's see this Figma design. Here we have to create this search box where you can see the search icon and input field with the text search here. To create it, we will come back to the VS Code. Here you can see this div that contains the class name flex justify between, that contains the logo and menu items. So after closing of this div, here we will create another div, and in this one we will add the search icon and input field. So here let's add one image, and in this image src we will add curly braces assets, and from this assets we will get the search icon. After that we'll add the alt text, that is search, and now in this one we'll add the classes. So just add the class name property, and here we'll add the width 3. After that we have to add one input field, so just add the input, the type will be text, and next we'll add the classes here. So here we will add the class name property, and in this one we will add these Tailwind classes where we have added background transparent, border outline none, and then we have added text white, text extra small, and placeholder color, then flex 1, so it will use the entire width. And after that we'll add the placeholder text, so just add the placeholder, and in this placeholder we will add search user like this. So we have added the icon and input field. Now let's add the CSS properties for this div that contains both icon and input field. So we'll add the class name property here, and in this one let's add the background, then we'll add rounded full. After that we'll add the flex and item center and provide the gap. Next we'll add the padding from y-axis, x-axis and margin from top. So we have added this padding and margin here. After adding it, let's come back to the web page. So here you can see we have this search box. Where you can see the text, search user and this search icon. Next we have to display the user details like this. We will display the user profile icon, name and the online or offline status. And in the right side we have to display a number if there is a new message for that particular user. Here we have added 2, it means this user has received a 2 new message. Here we have added 4, it means the user has 4 unread message. So to create this, let's come back to the VS Code. And after closing off this div, here we have another div, right? So after closing off this another div, here let's add a space, and in this one we will add a div where we will display all the user profile. So here just add the class name where we will add flex and flex column, and after that here we will display the user from the assets file. In the assets we have already added the user dummy data, right? So to get it, just add curly braces user dummy data. Let's click here, so you can see the user dummy data has been imported from the assets folder and assets file. Now we have the user dummy data, that is an array. So here we can use the map method, so just add the map, and in this one we will add the user, and after that we'll add the index. So we will get the individual user and index. So here we have to add one arrow function first. So let's add this arrow function. So we'll get the user and index like this. After that here we'll add this parenthesis, and in this one we will return a div. So we'll add this div tag. So this arrow function will return a div. Now in this one we have to add the user's profile image. So first we will add the image tag, and in this image src we will add curly braces. We will use this user that we are getting from the parameter, right? And after that here we will add question mark dot profile pic. So when the user is available, then we will display their profile pic here, and if it is not available, then we'll add the OR operator, and here we'll add the assets dot avatar icon. So we have added the image tag. Now in this image we have to add the classes also, so just add the class name property, and here we'll add the bit aspect ratio and rounded full, so that it will be a circle. So we have added the width aspect ratio 1 and 1, so it will be a square, and then we have added rounded full, so it will be a circle. After that we have to display the user's full name. So to display that we will add a div, because in this div we will group the user's name, and after that we will add the online and offline status. So here we have added a div, and let's add the CSS for this div. So first we will add the class name property and provide these tailwind classes. Now in this one let's add the p tag curly braces, and here let's add this user, then we'll add dot full name. After that here we'll add curly braces, and here we will check if the index is less than 3. Then we will add the question mark, and here we'll add the span tag, and in this span we will add online like this, and after that here we'll add colon offline. So this is the static data. So in this one for some user we have added online, and for someone we have added added offline. After that, here we will add the classes. So in this span tag, we'll add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. And let's provide the Tailwind classes for this span also. And here we have added these classes. Right now, after closing of this div that contains this full name and this online and offline status, here we'll add curly braces and we'll check for the index. And if the index is greater than 2, then only we will add the p tag, and in this p tag we will add curly braces and provide index. So it will add the index number here, and after that here we have to add some classes. So just add the class name property and provide the Tailwind classes here. So in this p tag we have added these Tailwind classes, so it will display a small circle. and in that one we'll get any number, right? And here we have one div, that is the parent div, to display the user profile data. So in this one we will add the class name property, and here we'll add the classes. So here just add curly braces and we will add the backticks. And in this one we will add these Tailwind classes. You can see we have added these classes. After that we have to insert the variable, so just add $ curly braces, and in this one let's add the selected user, then question mark, then ._id. So when the selected user is true, then we will check the ID, and if the ID is equal to this user ._id, right? In that case we'll add the AND operator, and here we'll add color. So we'll add BG and this color code /50. So we have added the ternary operator and provided this class. So here we have added the template literal and provided this class using this AND operator. After adding it, we have to add the onClick also, and we have to add the key in this div, because in this arrow function we are returning this div. So in this div we'll add the key property, and in this key we'll just add the index. And after that here we'll add the onClick also. So let me add the space here and we'll add onClick, so that when we click here we can select the user. So here we'll add one arrow function, and in this arrow function we'll add curly braces and just add the setter function set selected user, and in this one we will add this user. So when we click here we can select the user. After that save the changes and we will come back to the web page. Now you can see here we have this users details, and for first 3 users we have added the status online, and for remaining we have added the status offline. And in the remaining, and for after that save the changes and we will come back to the web page. Now you can see here we have this users details, and for first 3 users we have added the status online, and for remaining we have added the status offline, and in the remaining 2 we have added this number also, like 3 and 4. Correct. After adding it, we have to create the chat container and we'll create the right sidebar also. But before that, let me click here on anyone. So I'll click here So it should update the selected user. But if I click here, the selected user is not working. So first we have to pass the props where we have mounted this component. So we will come back here. So let's come back to this homepage.jsx file. Right. And here we have one div, that is the parenthesis. We will check on the select back to this homepage.jsx file, and in this one you can see we have mounted this sidebar component. So in this sidebar component we have to pass the props. So here we will add selected user equal to selected user. Then we will pass the setter function set selected user, and it will be set selected user, like this. We will pass the same props in other component also, that is chat container and right sidebar. So let me just copy it and provide it here, like this. So we have added this props in the sidebar, chat container and right sidebar. After that, save the changes and come here. We will click here. So you can see now text here, right sidebar, and here we have the chat container, and in the left side we have this sidebar. So total we have 3 columns now, that is left, then this middle, and then this right. And if I refresh it, by default the selected user will be false, then we have only 2 columns, right? After that, let's create a new component, that is this chat container. We have already created this component file. We will add the design here. So let me see the Figma design first. So in this Figma design, you can see we have to create this header first, where we'll add the user's profile image, text, then we'll add this info icon, then we'll display the chat data with chat text and user image and time. And at the bottom we will display this input field, then this image icon and this send icon. So to create it, let's come back to the VS Code. And here we will open this chat container.jsx file. In this one, we have added this title. So let me remove it. And here, let's add a div. So in this div, we will add the header content, that is user profile image, name and info icon. So here in this div, we will add some CSS properties. So just add the class name and provide these Tailwind classes. Now in this one, first we have to add the user's image. So just add the img tag. And in this image tag, we will add src. Then we will provide curly braces assets dot. We will add the profile Martin. And after that, we'll add the classes here. So here we'll add the class name property and provide width and rounded full. After that, we'll add the p tag. And in this p tag, we'll add the user's name. So here we'll add the name, that is Martin Johnson. And after that, we will add a small green dot. So let me add the space here, like this. And here we'll add the span tag. Now in this span tag, we will simply add a class name. So just add the class name property and provide width, height, rounded full and background green, like this. And after that, here we have the p tag where we have added the name and this icon. So just add the class name property here. And in this one, we will add these Tailwind classes. Here we have added flex1, text large, text white, then flex, item center and gap 2. After that, in the right side, we will display the info icon, and we will also add one arrow icon. So here, after closing of this p tag, let's add one image, and in this one, we will add src curly braces assets dot arrow icon. And after that, in this one, we'll add the classes. So just add the class name property, and here we'll add the medium hidden and max width 7. After that, here we'll add the onClick property also. So in this one, let's add onClick, and here we will provide the arrow function, and here we will add the set selected user null. So first we have to get this set selected user from the props. So in this parameter, we'll add curly braces and we will get the selected user and set. After that, here we'll add the onClick property also. So in this one, let's add on click, and here we will provide the arrow function, and here we will add the set selected user null. So first we have to get this set selected user from the props. So in this parameter we'll add curly braces and we will get the selected user and set selected user. We will destructure it here. After that we can call this function here, that is set selected user, and let's add null like this. And after that we have to add one info icon. So here we'll add the image tag, and here we'll add the assets. So just add curly braces assets dot help icon, and after that we'll add the class name property where we'll add the max MD hidden and max width 5 like this. Now let's add the CSS properties for the first div, that is here. So just add the class name, and in this one we will add these Tailwind classes, that is width full, overflow scroll, relative, and backdrop blur large. Now this like this. Now let's add the CSS properties for the first div, that is here. So just add the class name, and in this one we will add these Tailwind classes, that is width full, overflow scroll, relative, and backdrop blur large. Now this div will be rendered whenever the selected user is true. So here, after this return keyword, we will add the selected user, and let's add question mark. So when the selected user is true, then this div will be displayed, right? And when it is false, so in that case, here after closing of this parenthesis, we'll add colon, and here we'll add another parenthesis like this. And in this one, we will return another div. So whenever the selected user is false, in that case, we will simply display a logo and we will add a message. So we will add the image here, where we'll add curly braces assets dot logo icon, and after that we will add the class name property where we'll add the max width 16. Next we'll add the text here, so just add the p tag, and here we'll add the text chat anytime anywhere. Then we'll add the class name property here, and here we'll add the Tailwind classes. So we have added text large, font medium, and text white. Now we'll add the CSS for this div also. So here we'll add the class. Class name property, and in this one we have provided these Tailwind classes. Correct? After adding it, let's save the changes and we will come back to the web page. Let's come here. So here in the right side you can see we have this chat anytime anywhere and this icon, that is the chat icon. And if I click on any user, so the selected user will be true. Let's click here. So you can see after clicking here we are getting this user profile image and name and this dot, and in the right side we have this help icon, right? And here we have the third column that will display the right sidebar. Correct? After that, let's come back here. Here we we will scroll up and you can see this is the first div. Then we have created this div where we have added the user's image, name and icons. So this is the header part for this chat container. So let me add the comment here so that we can read the code easily. Here we have added header. Right now, after closing of it, here we'll add the code for the chat. So let me add the comment here, that is chat area, and here we'll add the div where we'll add the chat details. So here we'll add the class name property, and in this one we'll add these Tailwind classes, and in this one here we have added header. Right now, after closing of it, here we'll add the code for the chat. So let me add the comment here, that is chat area, and here we'll add the div where we'll add the chat details. So here we'll add the class name property, and in this one we'll add these Tailwind classes, and in this one we will display the chat data from our dummy data stored in the assets file. So to get it, we'll add curly braces and we'll add messages dummy data. Let's click here. So the messages dummy data has been imported from the assets. Now in this one we will add map and in this map we will add the arrow function. So let's add the arrow function, and in this arrow function let's add this parenthesis, and here we will return a div. So let's add this div. Right now in this function parameter we will get the individual message and index number. So we have this parameter. After that, here in this div we have to add the key property where we will add index like this. After that, in this div let's add the class name. So here we'll add the class name, and let's add curly braces and backticks. Now in this one we will add these Tailwind classes, and after that we will add $sign curly braces, and in this one we'll add the message dot sender ID, and here we'll add the sender ID is not equal to, and here we'll add the sender ID, and let me add one ID here. So we have added any ID, and after that here we'll add the AND operator, and then we'll add quote, and in this one let's add flex row reverse like this. After that we have to display the image, so again we'll add the curly braces, and here we'll add the message dot image question mark if the image is available. So here we'll add this parenthesis, and in this one we will display one image. So just add the image tag, and here let's add curly braces assets dot image like this, and if this image is not available, so here we'll add colon and again add this p tag, but we'll add this parenthesis, then we'll add the p tag. Now in this p tag we will add the curly braces, we will add the message dot text like this, And now let's add the CSS properties here in this image. So in this image we will add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. Here instead of this assets we have to add the message. So we will get the image from the message, right? And after this image, let's add the CSS properties for this p tag. So we'll add the class name property here, and in this one we'll add curly braces and then add the backticks. So here we will add these Tailwind classes. Then we'll insert the classes using the template literal. So just add $ curly braces, and here we'll again add this message dot sender ID is equal to this ID. And if it is true, so just add the question mark and we'll add the class name in this single quote. And if it is false, then we'll add the colon, and here we'll add single quote, and in this one we'll add rounded BL none. That's it. After adding it, let's come here. Here, and after closing of this curly braces, we will add one div, and in this div let's add the Tailwind classes. So just add the class name property and provide these classes. Right now in this one we'll add the image, and in this image we will add curly braces, and here we will add this message.senderID is equal to this ID. If it is true, in that case just add the assets dot avatar icon, and if it is false, then we'll add assets dot profile icon or profile Martin, like this. After that, here we will add class name, and here we will add the width, and we will also add the rounded full, like this. Next we have to display the time when this message was sent. So here we'll add the p tag, and in this one we'll add curly braces, and then we'll add this message dot created at, and after that here we'll add the class name property, and in this class name property we will add text gray 500, that is the text color. So after adding this message dot created at, save the changes, and let's come back to the web page. So here you can see we have this user's image, then we have this message, and in the right we will add this. Here we will add, and we will add this message dot dot created at, and after that here we will add the class name property, and in this class name property we will add text gray 500, that is the text color. So after adding this message dot created at, save the changes, and let's come back to the web page. So here you can see we have this user's image, then we have this message, and in the right side we have the sender's image and their message, and right now you can see this time is very long. Here we have the date and time also. So from here we will extract the hours and minutes. For that we will create one function, and we have to scroll this area whenever we get a new message. so it will display the latest message at the bottom. So let's come here, and to scroll it, here we'll come to this closing div. You can see this closing div is for this chat area. So just before this closing div, we will add another div. Remove this space from here. So here we have added one div, and in this one we have to create the reference. So just add the reference, and in this reference simply add any reference name, that is scroll end, right? Because we have to scroll the web page till this div. So now we have to create this reference using useRef. So let's scroll up, and here before this return statement, let's add a space, and here we will add const scroll end equal to useRef. So you can see useRef has been imported from React package. After that, we'll add the use effect. Now in this use effect, we will add the arrow function, and in this use effect, we will add the dependency array, that is the empty array. Now here we'll add the if statement. So let's add the if statement, and we'll check the scroll end dot current is true. So in that case, we will add this scroll end dot current dot scroll into view. So we will add scroll into view, and here we'll add parentheses and add the curly braces, where we'll add behavior smooth. So it will smoothly scroll the web page till this div, that is scroll end, right? After that, we have to convert the time, right? To convert this time, we will create a separate function. So to create that function, let's come to this sidebar, and here we have created one we'll add parentheses and add the curly braces, where we will add behavior smooth. So it will smoothly scroll the web page till this div, that is scroll end, right? After that, we have to convert the time, right? To convert this time, we will create a separate function. So to create that function, let's come to this sidebar, and here we have created one lib folder, and in this lib folder, we will create a new file, that is utils. So we have created utils.js, where we will create a utility function. So here we'll create a function with the name format message and time, or we'll add format message time. So we'll create and export this function from here. So simply add export function format message time and create the function here. And in this function parameter, we will get the date, like created at, right? And after that, here we will add the return statement, and in this one we will return a new date. So just add new, we will add the date, and here we will add this date that we will get from the parameter. After that, we'll add two local time string. Here we have two local time string, and in this one we will add quotes and provide en-us. After that, we'll add the comma and add curly braces, and here we'll add hours 2 digit, then we'll add minute 2 digits, and then we'll add hours 12 false. After adding it, let's come back here in our chat container, and here we have simply added this message dot created at. So here we will pass it through function. So here let's add a space, and we'll call the function format message time. So you can see the format message time. time has been imported from library and utils file. After that, let's add parenthesis, and in this one we will pass this as a argument like this. So now it will return the hours and minutes. So after adding it, save the changes and let's come back to the web page. Now let me choose any user. So after that, you can see here we have the user's profile. Adding it, save the changes and let's come back to the web page. Now let me choose any user. So after that, you can see here we have the user's profile image, then we have the time, then we have the message, and in the right side we have the sender's profile image. Image, time and message, right? And here we have added the text also and image also. So after creating this chat area, we will create the bottom area where we will display the input field to type the message, and we will also add the send icon. Let me show you in the Figma design. Here you can see we have the input field, then this image icon, then this send icon. So we will create this bottom area. But before that, let me add the CSS properties for this parent div that contains this chat area. So, and after closing of this chat area div, here we will add this. face, and here let's add the comment first. So we'll add the comment bottom area, and here we'll add a div. Right now in this div, let's add some classes. So we will add the class name property here and provide these Tailwind classes. Now within this div we will create another div. So this div will contain the input field, so just add the input, and input type will be text, and after that we'll add the placeholder. So the placeholder will be send a message. After this input field we will add another input type, and the input type will be file, so that we can upload the image by clicking on this input field. And here we'll add the ID, so the ID will be image, and after that here we'll add the accept property. So it will accept the PNG and JPG image. So let me add the image formats here in this accept. After that here we'll add the hidden. So this field will be hidden, and after that we'll add the label tag, and when we click on that label tag, then it will ask us to choose a file, right? So we'll add the label tag here, and in this label HTML4 we will add this ID, that is image, like this, so that when we click on this label it will open the window to choose a file. Now in this label tag we have to add the image select icon, so just add the image tag, then we'll add the src and curly braces, then we'll add the assets, and from the assets we will get gallery icon, and after that we have to add the classes here. So here we'll add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes: width, margin right, and cursor pointer. So here we have created this div that contains the input field, and in this input field we can type the message, and then we have the input field to upload the image, and after closing of this div, here we will add another image. So just add the image tag, and in this image src, let's add assets dot classes. So we have added class name property and provided width and cursor pointer like this. Now let me add the CSS properties for this input field where we can enter the message. So here in this one, let's add the class name property and let me move it in the next line. So we have added the class name property and here we'll add the classes. So we will add flex1, so it will use the entire space available in the row. Then we have added text small, padding, border none, rounded large, outline none, then text white and placeholder gray 400. Right now here we have a div that contains this input field and this label. So in this div also we have to add the class name. So just add the class name property and here in this one we will add flex1. Then we have added flex item center background gray 100 by 12, then padding X and rounded full. After adding it, save the changes and let's come back to the web page. So now you can see here in this one we will add x and rounded full. After adding it, save this input field where we can type the message. Hello, how are you? And after that, here we have the gallery icon. When we click on this gallery icon, it will open a window like this, from where we can choose any image. And by default, it will be scrolled at the bottom so that we can see the latest message, and the latest messages are displayed at the bottom. Right, so we have completed our chat container, that is the second column. Now let's third column, that is right sidebar. To create this right sidebar, we will come back to the VS Code, and from this left sidebar, we will open this right sidebar.jsx file. Now here we have added this title, so just remove this title, and here we will destructure the selected user from the props. So here in this parameter, we will destructure the selected user that we will get from the props. Now when the selected user is true, then only we will return this div. So for that, here we'll add return, and after this return we will add selected user, and then we'll add the AND operator. So whenever the selected user is true, then only this div will be displayed. Now here let's add another div. So in this div, we will add the first part that contains the user's image, name and bio. So to display the user's image, we'll add the image tag, and in this image src, we'll add curly braces, and we'll add this selected user question mark dot, then we'll add the profile pic. So it will display the profile picture of the selected user, and if it is not available, then we'll add the OR operator, and here we'll add the assets dot avatar icon. After that, here we have to add the classes, so just add the class name property, and in this class name property, we will add the width, aspect ratio and rounded full. Next, we have to display the user's name, so we'll add the h1 tag, and in this h1 we'll add the user's name using this curly braces Kelvin classes. So we have added these classes in this h1 tag. Now before displaying this user's name, we have to display the green icon for the online user. So here let's add a space, and before this text we'll add the p tag, and in this p tag simply add the classes. So here we'll add the class name property and provide width, height, rounded full and background green 500. That's it. After that, we have to display the user's bio text. So here Here after this h1 tag, let's add the p tag, and in this one we'll add curly braces selected user dot bio property, and after that we'll add the class name, and here we'll add the padding x and margin x auto. That's it. After that, save the changes and let's come back to the web page. So in the right side, you can see we have the user's profile picture, then text, that is the name, and then bio. Right, now let's add the CSS properties for the parent div. So just come here, and in this div that contains all the information of the user, here we'll add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. Right, now here we have the parent div. So in this one, we'll add the class name property, and here we'll add curly braces and backticks. Now in this one, we will add the background, then we will add text white, then we'll add the width full, relative, and overflow y scroll. Right, next we'll add the CSS properties using this template little. So just add $ curly braces and provide this selected user. So when the selected user is true, in that case, we'll add this quote and provide the max MD hidden, and if it is false, then we'll add the colon and just provide this empty string. That's it. After adding it, save the change. And let's come back to the web page. So now you can see here we have this user's profile image, then online status, name, and bio. It is looking beautiful, right? After that, we have to display the media that is used in this chat with this particular user. So to display that, let's come back here and let's add a space here. So after closing of this div that contains the user's profile image, here we'll add one horizontal line. So here we'll add the HR tag, and in this one, let's add the Tailwind classes. So here we have added the class name property and provided these classes, that is border and margin y. After that, we'll add a div, and in this div we will add the padding and text size. So we'll add the class name and provided these classes. Next, we'll add the text entry tag, that is media, because here we'll display the images. So here let's add one div, and in this div let's add some Tailwind classes. So just add the class name property and provided these classes so that all the images images will be aligned in grid layout. Now to get the images, we will use one data available in the assets. So we'll add curly braces, we'll add images dummy data. Let's click here. So the images dummy data has been imported, right? And in this one, we can add the map method because it is an array. And in this map, we will add the arrow function. And after that, we will add this parenthesis, and here we will return a div. Now here in this parameter, we will get the individual image URL, and we will also get the index number. Now in this div, we will add the key property where we will add the index, and after that we'll add the onClick property. So let's add onClick property here, so that when we click on this image, it will open the image URL in a new window. So just add the add function, and here we'll add window.open, and here we'll add the URL, that is the image URL, right? And now here we have to add the classes. So just add the class name property where we'll add cursor pointer and rounded for this div. After that, here we will add the images. So just add the image tag, and in this image src just add curly braces and provide the URL. Right now here we'll add the changes, and we will come back to the web page. So here you can see and rounded medium, like this. Now save the changes and we will come back to the web page. So here you can see we have the text, media, and after that we have these images, and if I click on any image, it will open this image in a new tab, like this. Now we have to display a logout button at the bottom of this right side. For that, let's come back and scroll down after closing of this div. Here we'll add a space and let's add the button tag. Now in this button we'll add the text called logout, and after that in this button we'll add the classes. So just add the Tailwind classes here. So just add class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. After adding it, save the changes and we will come back.
to the web browser. So now in the right side you can see we have this logout button.
So now we have completed the home page of our chat application. Let me refresh it. By default, the selected user is null. That's why we are getting 2 columns. In the first one, we are getting the users list, and in the right side, we are getting chat icon and text. And if I select any user, then we will get 3 columns. In the second one, we are getting the chat, and in the third one, we are getting the user's profile detail and media and logout button. After completing this home page, next we'll create other page. So let me see our Figma design. So here in this Figma file, we have created the design. This is for the home page only, it is completed. Then we have this login page, or you can say sign up page also. So we have already created this page, we have to add the content. So to complete this login page, let's come back to the VS Code. And from this left sidebar, we will go to pages. From here, we will open this login page.jsx file. Here we have added one text, so let me remove this text. In this login page, we have to add the contents in 2 columns. So let me add the classes in this div. So we will add class name property. And here we will add the height for this div, and we'll add the flex layout. So in this one, we will add these Tailwind CSS classes. After that, in the left side, we have to add one image. So we will add the image tag, and before that, let me add one comment, that is left, and here we'll add the image. In this image src, we have to add the logo. So we'll add the assets dot logo big. After that, in this one, we have to add the width. So we will add the class name property, and here we will add the width. Now we will add the content for the right column. So here we will add the comment, that is right. Now in the right side, we have to create the login form and sign up form. For that, here we'll create a div. So let's create a div. But for creating a form, instead of div, we can use the form tag also. So let me change it. I'll use form tag. So we have the form opening and closing tag. Now in this form tag, let's add some classes. So we'll add the class name property and provide these Tailwind classes. After adding it, here we will add one title in this form, and in the title, either we will add sign in or sign up. So we will add the text in h2 tag, and here instead of adding the manual text, we will get the text from the state variable. So before this return statement, we will create a state variable. So let's add const current state, and the setter function name is set current state equal to use a state, and here let's add the text that is sign up. So by default the current state will be sign up, and after that we will use this state in this title. So just add curly braces and provide the current state. So this sign up text will be displayed in the form. Now for this text we will add some CSS properties also. So let's move it in the next line, and here in this title let's add the class name property, and here we will add these classes. Here we have added the flexbox because with this title we will add the arrow icon also. So let's add one arrow icon. After this current state text, so let's add the image tag, and in this image we will add curly braces and we'll add the assets dot arrow icon. After that here we'll add the classes. So we will add the class name property, and in this one we have to add the width and cursor pointer like this. After that let's save the changes and we will see our web page. So we will come back to the web browser, and this is the home page, and in this URL if I type /login, now you can see this is our login page. In the left side we have this text, that is quick chat, and in the right side we have this title and this arrow icon. After that, let's come back and let's add a space after this title, and here we'll add the input field where we will get the full name of the user before sign up. So let's add the input. The type will be text, right? And after that, in this one we will add some classes. So here let me add the class name property and provide these classes. Now in this one we will add the placeholder also, and in the placeholder we will add full name, and after that we will add the required property so that this field will be required to submit the form. Correct? Now here you can see this is the full name property, and we need this full name when the state is sign up. This full name input field will be hidden from the login form, right? So here we have to hide this input field. So here let's add curly braces, and in this one we will use the state. So just add current state equal to sign up. So when the current state is sign up, then only this input field should be displayed. So here let's add this parenthesis. We will add this AND operator, and within this parenthesis we will paste this input tag like this. So when the state is sign up, then only this input field will be displayed. Now we will store the input field data in a state variable. We will store the full name, email ID, password, and we will store the bio text. So we will create the state variables for these data. So here, after creating this state variable, let me duplicate this, and here we will add another state variable, that is